Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. This is Jenganjeru. Now, today we have the Matchmaker show, and you understand the protocol here. Any other time we have a woman on board, that woman must be looking for a man. But because today we have woman, I will tell you the kind of man she is looking for. But before then, if you are watching us for the first time, this is the Matchmaker Show. We help men and women to get matches. And the moment they get the right ones, they meet their destinies. So you're not lost. If you're new to the show, subscribe, like the video, and don't forget to leave a comment. Also, the contacts of our guest will be on my Facebook page at Jenganjeru. So you can follow Jenganjeru on Facebook and you'll be getting these updates in real time. Our guest on today's show is a 44-year-old single lady who is single and searching. And right now, she is in Nairobi. And I want to give you her profile so that you can make a decision on whether or not you will be interested. I know there are so many people who are interested, but now the interest narrows down when you listen to somebody's story. We're wishing her well in advance. So our guest on today's show is Madam Sabina. Sabina is 44 years old and she is single and searching. Again, there are questions that feature prominently on the show. Why is somebody single? What kind of a partner are they looking for? And things like that. The moment we begin to answer these questions, that is the moment you begin to either develop interest or lack of it. So Sabina is 44 years old and she has a very interesting story because she was only married for 4 months, not 4 years, 4 months, long time ago. And she was what you can call she had the marriage annulled. You see, when the marriage has been annulled, you cannot just call it a divorce. That is where the court declare that the marriage was null and void. So the marriage was non-existent. So you can say she is not married. She was not married. She is a lady in business. If you could be asking what she does for a living, she's self-employed and she is from Western Kenya, but born in Nakuru. She's from her roots are from Western Kenya. So she is Luya and born in Nakuru, raised in Nairobi. Okay, so she's a city girl and she's looking for a husband, but that man should have the following conditions or should have the following qualifications after you listen to the conditions. Number one, the man should be between the ages of 45 and 55. So if you are between the ages of 45 and 55, then Sabina would be an ideal match. But she's a woman who does not have kids and she is willing to accept somebody with or without children. Okay, so if you have children or you do not have children, that is not a deal breaker to her. There are other boxes that you could tick or untick, and then she will decide whether she will be interested. Now, that man should be strictly born again because she is a born again Christian. She believes in God, and therefore the man has to be born again. Although she's lawyer, she does not have a problem with people from other ethnic groups. So if you are from another tribe, you are not denied access. You do not have to be worried because you're not lawyer like her. You see, people who are educated do not have a problem with people from depending on their level of interaction. Also, people who choose people on basis of tribe have their own reasons. For instance, there is somebody who will say, I want this tribe specifically, not because they hate other tribes, but because they have their own reasons. Others have traumas. They have traumatic experiences after interacting with certain communities. And once bitten, twice what class? Twice shy. So you cannot dictate what people want. That is why life is personal and choices are personal. So we have to respect people on the basis of their choices because you cannot be me, I cannot be you. Can I? And again, she is an educated woman, and that is why she would prefer somebody who at least has a degree, somebody who has a degree, somebody who is doing something with her life, because one, she's financially independent. She's somebody who is making her life happen. She has things happening in her own life. She's somebody who is educated. She is civilized. She wouldn't just be willing to take somebody who has a Form 4 certificate, or somebody who did not even see the doors of high school. And that would be a deal breaker for her. So if you are educated, the better. So she would want, if there's a man out there who has at least a university degree, what we call an undergraduate. So if you're an undergrad, then you could be probably an ideal match. Yeah. So you could have children, or not a problem if you do not have children. And this man should be having his life together. I have explained why she's single. Said that she had the shortest marriage, and that marriage only lasted for 4 months, not 4 years, 4 months. Then the courts were able to annul the marriage. So that marriage is considered null and void. That marriage never existed. Are we together? So she's there looking for that man. You could say she is financially independent. So if you have been able to check the trends for most men, and I always tell them, if a woman is financially independent, you better be financially independent, because things like submission come naturally. If you're better than a woman, it is good for a woman to have somebody they can look up to. In fact, it is a woman's childhood dream to have a man who is better than her, a man you can call a pathfinder, a man who can be a trailblazer, a man who can lead the way, a man you can say, I am proud of this man. This is a man I look up to for direction, for guidance, a man you have things to learn from. And that is why women are accused of despising men who are lower than them on the food chain. However, these men have to show direction. And how are you going to show direction to a woman who is better than you in terms of age, in terms of finances, and all that? So there is always somebody for something, somebody for somebody to offer something. So if you're there and you're serious, and you can say she's been all alone since 2021. That's when the courts were able to annul her marriage, and then she's out here. She's working for herself. She has a very, very ambitious dream. So if she gets a man who is equally or better in terms of ambition, then dreams of a brighter day or brighter future are able to be manifested or realized faster. So that is who she is. You've heard her story. I will share her email here. It is sabinadorin24@gmail.com. I'll still share it on my Facebook page at Jenganjero. So check Jenganjero on Facebook so you can be getting these updates in real time. sabinadorin24@gmail.com. I will be able to share it on Facebook at Jenganjero. Check whether you have subscribed. Otherwise, until then, I'll see you in the next video.